also with only one finger.
Away from home, I miss the smell of the morning, knowing just where I am. Another attempt, I gotta start over, find where I belong. Everyone I know is so far from this place. What I would have done to see a familiar face, ready just to quit. Never fitting here, I know, but now I see where I belong. 'Cause you made this place like home. Meeting by chance, and you just be yourself, something I can learn to read. Hot cup of coffee, conversation that showed me I wasn't on my own. Everyone I know was so far from this place. What I would have done to see a familiar face, ready just to quit. Never been here, I know, but now I see where I belong. 'Cause you made this place like home. Everyone I know was so far from this place. What I would have done to see a familiar face, ready just to quit. Never fitting here, I know, but now I see where I belong. 'Cause you made this place like home.
That's what we got for y'all. So, Mackenzie's, all of you, thanks for making this place like home.
My name is Jim. Microphones and I don't get along. My name's Jim. I served in Vancouver for 18 years in the area of church planting. And the Mackenzies are getting ready to go into a new neighborhood and into a new area. Whenever we got involved in church planting in Vancouver, 2% of the population of Vancouver, Greater Vancouver, were Christians. They're going into a new community that is even less Christian than that. Pearl Church, I want to challenge you tonight to know that you're sending a family out to be on mission. What's your theme here at Pearl? But nothing more, nothing less than being a missional church, reaching people, sharing Christ and His love with the world. Now, your leadership is going to a community that is in great need of Christ. You have an opportunity to partner with them. They're going to work with a great group of people that I worked with for a number of years. They're going to have some support there, but they need you to be a part of what they're about in the future. They need you to be praying. And Chris is not going to ask you for this, so I'm going to ask for him. I'm a fellow Saskatoonian, a little bit older than these two. I just found out I went to high school with Bobby's mother. tell you, that makes me feel really old. But the Mackenzies are going to be raising support. And you, Pearl Church, have an opportunity to participate in that. They need to raise about $2,000 a month. But they're going to be about the process of seeing a new church started. They're going to be trained. And they need you to be a part of it. They need you to be praying. They need you to be giving. And they need you to be thinking about what they're doing. So I want to challenge you. Chris and I had lunch this week. And I was incredibly encouraged by the time I had with him. Even though I defected and got an American passport. And he never lets me forget about that. But it's an opportunity for you to be a part of their lives in the future. They invested in you for 5 years. Now it's your opportunity to invest in them. I want to encourage you to think about that. They're going to a new community, planting a new church, being about the reaching of people. And they're going into some dark areas. There's great darkness in areas of Vancouver. And so it's not much different than being here. So they need you to be praying, and they're going to need you to give. And I want to encourage you, Chris will share with you the specifics about how to do that. But the Lower Mainland is one of the most expensive places in the world to live. It's not very different from living here in Taipei. It's expensive. And it's hard to do ministry there, just like it's hard to do ministry here. And I want to challenge you to be part of what they're about. You need to, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'm going to. You need to be commissioning them as missionaries from the Pearl Church to where they're going. And they need you to be a part of their lives in the future, because church planting can be lonely, even if you're part of a team. There are relational challenges that you encounter all over the place, but they need you to be a part of their future. Hopefully, you guys will pray over them and commission them in the future. But they're going to be doing a really important work. And if I could, I could show you maps of what happened when new churches were planted in areas of the Lower Mainland. The change that took place. And you're sending your pastor and his wife off to be about that business. About bringing light into darkness. And, they get the privilege of being a part of a team and to learn from others who have experience. But it's still going to be a great challenge. And they're in desperate need of your help, and you're walking with them in the days to come.
Thanks, Jim. That was Jim's sales pitch for me. No, that's all Jim. I'll be letting you guys know more about that in the future, and we can talk about that in 2 weeks here. You'll be getting an email from me to find out what it is I'm doing, and you can think about if you want to be involved. But yeah, I just want to say thanks for the party. Thanks for so much more than the party, but right now that's what we're here doing. Thanks for putting it on and taking care of the details and doing things that I normally have to do. It's nice just to sit and enjoy. And can I do it without crying? I think so. Not if I look at Adrian. Adrian's leaving tomorrow, so we had to have a party before Adrian left. When I got to the Pearl, I was in a weird place. I did not really want to be in church. And I came from a bad experience in Canada. And I came here with those bitter feelings. And I didn't want to be involved. And the Pearl waited that out with me early on. Dan did, and waited that time out with me. And then allowed me a chance to get back into this game of ministry. It's not a game, but back into this thing that's ministry for me. And I was given a shot to do the things I was good at, and then challenged to work on the things I wasn't good at. And it's been. I watched that slideshow, and actually the thing that gets to me the most is not even, I don't know, the stuff we did or the activities of the church. There's so many people in that video. Like, this place has seen thousands of people. And I don't know what impact you've had with them. Good or bad or big or small or whatever. They've moved on to different churches or different cities, and we'll never know. I'll never know. But I just know that I had to answer the call. There it is. There was an opportunity that I felt someone had to grab, and a job that needed to be done. And probably historically I wouldn't do that job. I mean, I was only 25 or whatever. It's not like I had a life experience, but I didn't like putting in work and being responsible for things. And when Dad left, and then we had to keep this thing going, that's when God sort of spoke into me and said, you gotta grow up, and you gotta man up, and you gotta take the challenge on. And so I did. And I know that through the years, this is kind of my personality. I'm kind of a pessimist, but I know I did a lot of things wrong and a lot of unsuccessful attempts at different things. And that's probably what I think about more than anything. But it's good to see a video like that and know that we did so many good things too. And yeah, this place has been my heart and soul for several years. And even when people always talk about pastors, we were joking about how we only work 2 hours a week, Sunday, whatever the service time is. That's, some people think that. And some of us work a lot of hours, some of us don't work so many. But what people don't understand is that our heart is on call 24 hours. That's all I think about. I think about the people that are getting married and having babies. I think about the people that want to be getting married and having babies. I think about the ministries we're going to be doing, the activities that are going on, the guy that left and sent a nasty email, and the guy that hasn't been around, and I want to know why, and I want to reach out and grab his heart again. And it's 24 hours. And so, although I'm going to have a couple of months where I don't have that responsibility, and I'm going to enjoy that, not having to think about it so much. Although I'm sure I'll be thinking about it until you guys find somebody new, until somebody is figured out. But I want you to know that whether you've seen it in the product, the sermons, the activities, the whatever, that there's not a moment that goes by that my wife and I both are not thinking about this place and about what we can do and how we can serve it better. So even though the decision to leave appeared quick or whatever, it took a lot of thinking, it took a lot of years, and to be honest, I just hit a place where I need to get better. I need to know more. I need to not have all the responsibility while I do that, while I learn, while I grow. Here I sort of hit the level of what I can do, what I know how to do. And I think that's why we hit a level at the Pearl. We got 50 people, and that's kind of where we stay. I don't know how to go bigger. So the next guy, I hope, has that. So I need to go learn, I need to get better, so the next church I serve, it's a healthier experience, an experience that I'm maybe ready to handle and prepared to handle, as opposed to jump in and have to handle. But I love you guys. I thank you for being here at the party and for your part in my life in Taiwan or at the Pearl. Not everyone here is from the Pearl. This has been home for almost 10 years. And, we're not even at home anymore. They talk about, if you've been in the teaching world here, they talk about TCKs and third culture kids, and that's people that come from one culture and live in a different culture and then end up being a mix of the two and don't fit in either world. And that's kind of what we are now. Is we're not Canadian, we're not Taiwanese, we're just kind of on God's team working the world. I don't know. So we're going to Vancouver, and that's a little healthy mix of Canada and Asia, if you know anything about Vancouver. And we're just going to learn and learn to serve a new group of people. But we hope that we will be able to remain some sort of friends for a long time, and that we will be able to come back and at least visit or do something back here again. I'm going to try and convince the new church that this is where we need to do missions trips, so I get free trips. That's kind of what I'm going to work on. So thank you so much for being a part of our lives, and for most of all, this is for me. For being willing to call me pastor. I didn't earn that title. I mean the traditional way. And it freaked me out when people started calling me that. First few, maybe months or a year after Dan left, I just said, yeah, I'm the leader here. I always said the leader. I never said minister or pastor or missionary or anything. I said, I'm the leader. And I don't know who changed it. I don't know where it started coming out. But people would come to the Pearl a year later and say, oh, who's the pastor? Or who do I talk to? And people would say, well, that guy's our pastor. I don't know when that flipped. But that means so much to me. Maybe we had an influx of Korean church people, because Jenna and Leo always call me Pastor Chris. But no, that was a moment for me that I won't forget, and I don't know when the moment was. But from then on, I had to embrace that title and take the responsibility that came with it. And you guys offered that to me, that title. And I hope that the next person that comes along earns that respect and earns that title as well. So thank you so much, and we'll see you over the next 19 days, unless you're Adrian. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. I love you guys. Do you want to say anything?
I just love you guys so much, and I know that I'm always running around and busy and chasing the kids, and something I've hardly said more than hi to or hi, quickly, and I'm just like running around, but I did love you guys all so much, and we do think about you a lot, and we pray for you all, and just so many special things, and so many people that we got to meet. Like, I could say something nice about everyone in this room, and just thank you for being our friends and being part of our lives, that we really just love you so.
All right, how does this party end? Who's in charge?
I'm the leader.
Yeah, you're the leader now. I was going to say, I want to hear those songs actually recorded onto a CD. In like crap quality, I don't care. Just put it on a mixtape and send it to me.
Well, we're at church, so I just want to pray, and they're going to be around for a couple weeks, but I just want to pray anyways. How we close it and how we thank God for them. So let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for family and the fact that you love us and that you are our Father. And we just rest in that. We rest in you always. Praise you, God, for how good you are and how that manifests itself. And friends, pastors, and just family like Mackenzie's for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, well, there's lots of cake left. My wife baked 100,000 cakes these last couple of days, so if you want